Rocket sports fans. Here we go, week 9. Down on the final stretch here. We have some guests again tonight. Our seniors. We have Jason Millikan, Millie as they call him. He's senior DB and receiver, and senior lineman Lane West. What's your nickname, Lane?
Shady Lane.
Shady Lane. That's very fitting. We'll get into all that shadiness in a little bit, man. And we have, of course, the Hall of Famer, Coach Courtney, here with us, Rocket Hall of Famer. So welcome to the show, presented by Whitetail Properties. That's the Mark Williams land team, in cooperation with a number of local partners, including First United Bank, Hodge's Sports and Apparel, Seaplant Federal Credit Union, Riley Tool and Machine, USA Mortgage, Darrick Myers, the Heritage, Marion Golf and Pool, Deer Lakes Golf Course, Curnel Ag, KB Pharmacy, Johnson's Furniture and Appliance, YTG Insurance, that's our buddy Tanner Tabor, Frazer Law Firm, Bart Frazer attorney, and Full Body Fitness Studio. We know Serena Dickerson. She's the personal trainer there. Livingston Hospital, a Deaconess affiliate. H&H Home and Hardware. Farmers Bank and Trust, and Par 4 Plastics. So again, this week, a pivotal 2A matchup. This is a one we've had circled all year, Coach Courtney. I mean, we thought it might come down to this one, and whoever wins this game will host a playoff game. No, I take that back. If we win, we host a playoff game. We'll have our eyes over on the Murray-Mayfield game as well, but it's a big game this week for your guys.
Yeah, Caldwell is always a big game, but much more so now. They're all big games, but this one means something to the community. But with it moving to district now, it really means something. These are the ones that coaches, extremely have circled all the district games, because those are the ones that count for the most. And we've got ourselves in a situation where if we win it, we can have a home playoff game and hopefully have a higher seeded team and just give yourself a better opportunity to set up in the playoffs to start. So that's what it's all about, just to set ourselves up, for the best possible place we can be in the postseason. So extremely important game.
You won't say this too many times coming in this game. Rockets ranked number 8 in the state, and Caldwell County unranked and winless. You don't talk about Caldwell County being winless in football too often, not in our lifetimes anyway. But they are. They played a tough schedule, and maybe down just a little bit, against that very difficult schedule. But the Rockets are ranked 8. We dropped one notch after losing to Mayfield last week. We went into that game at 7. Now, what we want to do is remind people also this week is senior night.
It is senior night.
Big night for the seniors and the families. And it's also an opportunity for the 1985 state championship team to get together. They're all coming back, and I think they're going to kind of stage in the multi-purpose room before the game. There's going to be a chili tailgating chili supper presented by the softball program. So go down and enjoy some chili and visit with those 85 folks. They'll all be down in the multi-purpose room before, and I think at halftime they've got Rocket Arena conference room, so you can go in and visit with some of those guys and have some nice memories and nice talks. These guys you got with you tonight, Coach Courtney, talk just a little bit about them to lead off the show, and then we'll get into Caldwell County. We'll start here with Millie.
Just a good guy, a guy that plays really hard, loves Rocket football. Just his passion and being around Millie. He's one of those guys that just makes you a better person. You're always happy to see Millie. He's always going to give you everything he's got. He's a great teammate, one of the best teammates we have out there. He's always ready to just help in any way, whether it's Little League. He's got his flag football shirt on. He's a flag football coach. Just any way that he can help the community, help the team, help the young guys. It's not about Millie for him. It's about Rocket football and the program. And, I'm just extremely proud of him, been able to coach him for 4 years and been a part of this team and just really done a good job filling in his role. He helps us out on special teams and gets in there some, but it doesn't, affect how he is just always worried about the team. And that's what we need. That's a sign of a great teammate and great teams. Just team success is first for Millie, and that's what matters. So it's a blessing to be around somebody like him and just have the pleasure to coach him.
Mm-hmm. You got the big guy over here, Lane West.
Oh, what do we say about Shady Lane?
Shady Lane.
Yeah, Lane was a guy we were really happy when he came out. When was that? 2 years ago now? Just last year. Yeah, so
second year to
it's
play
just
football.
his second year, and
you don't have to whisper. You can speak
right.
louder.
And he's got so much better quickly. That's why I kind of get confused about when he came out. We were happy to have him when he came, and he just kept getting better and better and better. And then last week played extremely well, and then you just keep looking back like he's really putting together some good games on the offense side of the ball and the defense side of the ball. And also just a hardworking kid. He's a hardworking mentality. Always puts in the work, whether it is he's up working out with Jeff in the mornings. I don't know if he still does that, but he's always doing something. Now he's at, what is it, where you work now?
Saturn.
Now he's at Saturn at 5 o'clock in the morning working. He's just always work. That's what stands out. And obviously just a great guy. Comes from a great family, and he's right in there with them. They're good people. And he, that to me is the important thing. These are two good guys sitting beside me, and that's what makes a good team. They're here to put in the work for each other, not the selfish stuff. They're always willing to put in the work, whatever it is. So just both of them, great young men, and just a privilege to coach them, that's for sure.
Yeah. Millie, talk a little bit about coaching the flag football team. What do you get out of that? What do you enjoy that program?
It's pretty fun getting to teach the little kids how to play and what to put position to play. You call the plays and stuff? Yeah, me and Cam, Ron, we helped. I've done defense, he done offense. And
Did he make you take the defense? And he say, I'm doing offense?
I didn't care which one I got.
Yeah. Would you like offense or defense better as a player?
I like hitting people, so probably defense.
Yeah, you like defense better? Yeah, well, you can hit a few people on offense from time to time. Yeah. West, you come from a long line of football players. Of course, I remember your dad playing, Bobby West, and then Grandpa played too, Wayne West, the late Wayne West.
Yep.
Does Dad give you any pointers when you get home?
He tries to, but
He tries. Yeah. You give him any pointers about being a police officer?
no.
So you always stay in your lane mostly?
Well, I'm usually ready to get to bed and they're right home. So.
Yeah. Well, you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I bet you are. Do you work on Saturdays as well?
No, not Saturdays.
Yeah. What do you do on Saturdays? Avoid law enforcement?
Just different things. Sometimes I might help, Briley mow if he needs help, but I think it's over now.
Riley Berry. Yeah.
Just hang out with people.
Yeah. Another worker, Riley Berry.
Yeah.
So these two guys, they go good together. Don't they?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Caldwell County series, Coach Courtney. This thing goes back to 1922, the first time Marion played Princeton Butler. We talked about this I go over sometime and do the Caldwell County radio show with Todd Griffith, and we had a whole program about this a few years ago. I mean, that was a big game back in the 20s. That was on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, okay.
It was,
cool.
And everybody would wear their finest. The men were in suits and ties, and the women's were in dresses and hats and bonnets. And I mean, it was an event.
Right.
It's different now.
Yeah.
And really, the crowds were huge back then. You read about all these old games in the paper and how big the crowds were.
Wow.
Of course, back then, Crittenden County had about twice as many people too.
Right.
About 15,000 people in the community. So, but yeah, this series dates way back there. Marion won that first game 31-3. They had a kicker. Crittenden County and Caldwell. Of course, Caldwell consolidated in 1954. Crittenden consolidated in 1957. And that first game between the two county schools, we lost 32-0, and then we went on a pretty bad run there for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a tough road. Particularly, there was a time from 2000 to 2004 we won 4 straight. Mm-hmm. But in the last 20 years, we've only beaten Caldwell County twice.
Right.
Since 2003, only beat them twice, and one of those was last year. And the year before that, we had a chance to beat them. It was I think 9-0 final score. But anyway, Caldwell County got a new coach this year, Coach Aaron McClung. He's a Grace County native, played at Western, been around West Kentucky football for a long time. Great guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Their whole staff, nothing, but respect for those guys, and think they do a really good job. And the program, they're building and getting better each week. They're a young football team that's played a really tough schedule this year, but that they're getting better, and you can see that they're continually to get better. And, anybody that plays that schedule, I mean, there's not a whole lot of schools that are doing real well with the schedule that they have. So, I understand those things, and definitely not a team that we take lightly. And just the program overall, you got to respect Caldwell football. You always wanted to beat them as a player and growing up here, and that's your rival or whatever, I guess. But it wasn't much of one, honestly, because when they were just running the table on us, so it was kind of even tough to say that when I was in school. But you respect them more than anything. We respect them now. It's no different. We know that they're a very capable football team, very well coached, going to come out and play really hard, and have had some chances to win a couple games and stayed in games and was up score first on Murray last week, and we're in that game late, and it kind of got away from them just a little bit, but just showing that they're getting better and better. So just my message is that we're not taking this team lightly whatsoever, and respect them a ton, and they'll bounce back from it this year and continue to get better.
Yeah, and of course McClung's not just your typical new coach and bringing in a new system. He's been around there 20 plus years, and so's that whole coaching staff.
Yeah, their staff really. I mean, it changed who was head coach, and I'm not sure what Coach McClung in what phase he helped last year, but I know besides that he was a big part of what they were doing for a long time. So yeah, very similar in the things that they do. I mean, there's a few things that are different, but it looks like that staff. They've been there a long time, so still doing a lot of the same things.
Yeah. I believe he was defense coordinator last year. Of course, then they got Jeff Riley too, a Crittenden County native.
And Wayne McGowan. So last year I think he was a principal, so he stepped back in some of those roles. So I'm not sure exactly. I do believe he helped in some capacity, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But
that's right.
Jeff Riley, Wayne McGowan. Some really good guys and good football coaches. Been doing a good job for a long time.
They talk about their schedule. Hopkins County Central team that we didn't just kick by the wayside. Beat them about 6 points, 20-14. Madisonville washed them out. Union County washed them out pretty good. Graves County beat them considerably, shut them out. And McCracken beat them 43-7. McCracken's a team we had a pretty good chance at ourselves. And then they played Christian County really close, 22-14, and then 63-7 against Mayfield, and then like you said last week, 27-7 final. But Caldwell went up
the game.
Yeah, Caldwell went up early. They were up 7-0 and then 7-7 at the half.
Right.
But they're ranked fourth from the bottom in the RPI now.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know that doesn't mean a thing when we go down and play, or they come up here and play.
No.
When you get go through Fredonia, I don't care which team, things change.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and it's district matchup. I mean, all those records, staff, RPI, nothing matters. They're going to come down here ready to win this football game. They're going to be very well prepared. They're going to play extremely hard, and we better be as well. To be able to take care of business in it. We know that. I think it'll be a tall task for us. I think we'll have to play well and play extremely hard and play discipline. And it's about us still. Nothing's changed. And I do not expect for this to be an easy football game by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you guys know about Caldwell County? I know you certainly watched some film on them. They're a lot better than a winless football team. We know that. Anything you guys see what their strengths are, we're going to have to do something about? Go ahead. Flip a coin.
Well, I know they have a few strong running backs and that. So.
Yeah. What you got, Lane?
They like to switch up their front every now and then, send a bunch of dudes at the line, but we've been working on it. Especially today, we worked on it a lot, and we should be able to hold them off pretty good. But
Yeah. Mayfield did some switching around too.
Oh yeah, every play.
Yeah, a lot of change. So you got your feet wet on that with them anyway. Coach Courtney, break them down just a little bit as a whole, as a team. They are. They don't really have an identity that I know of, as far as they're still kind of trying to determine who the quarterback is. It looks like I know Luke Parker started out. Now they got a couple of younger kids that have been playing a little bit. What are you seeing?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would call them a spread offense, but they'll go some heavy sets, some 2 backs in the backfield, even 3 backs in the backfield some. So I think they're searching some offensively just as far as what they're best at, playing a couple of different quarterbacks, young kids, and they give them both different things. One's probably a better athlete than the other, and one can probably run the offense. And I don't know about throw the ball better. I don't want to say that because I haven't seen enough of them to necessarily know those things. But there seems like they're in between quarterbacks a little bit. So and just trying to find that identity. Like I said, tough schedule, young team, just figuring out what they need to do. The Fox kid is really a strong running back. Can really make some plays for them. I like the guys out wide, which is now the Parker kid, and I'm not sure the other one, but they got some nice guys outside that can make plays. And defensively, they're similar to what they've done in the past. I'd call them a 3-4 defense. I really like I think it's the Mobley kid, number 8, is the inside linebacker. Extremely good player. I believe he's only a sophomore. Really impressed with that kid, watching him on film. Like the way that he plays. Fox is also good on defense as well. The Roach kid, which is also their quarterback, is the other inside linebacker, and I believe that's his name, but it's number 9, I know. And I'm sometimes bad with names, but he's a good defense player too, and that's asking a lot, to play quarterback and to play inside linebacker, especially as a young kid. And I think he handles both of those tasks really well. So they have some nice young pieces. They're just like I said, just young, and with what happens to a young team, sometimes it just takes time to grow, and I think they are growing. So, but they definitely have some nice pieces.
Yeah. They had such a good run there for so many years. These great teams, and then you I'm not saying the tank's empty over there by any stretch of the imagination, but they are struggling a bit to get some wins. So we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about our own lineup, the Rockets. We'll let Coach Courtney tell us some inside information, I guess, maybe on some of these guys here as we approach the playoff time of the season. We'll be right back in just a minute. We're going to let you take a look here at all of our partners. All right, we're back. We're going to start talking about the Rockets themselves. So we're going to visit with these two guys, Lane West and Jason Millikan, about their teammates, and let Coach Courtney chime in here. We're getting ready. We're a couple of weeks now from postseason, and so far, knock on wood, not too many injuries, and some we've had hurt or we've gotten them back, and kind of get these guys' reaction to who's stepped up this year. Lane, I mean, who have you seen that's emerged that maybe, hey, you didn't expect to see this player, back in the spring when y'all were lifting weights, and now all of a sudden he's hitting the field and it's going.
Really, probably the biggest surprise would be Trent Todd on kickoff return.
Trent Todd?
Yeah, he does really good.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how big you are or nothing. He'll get in front of him. He'll get bowled up and get back up and start balking again.
Yeah. Was it Trey or Trace? Which one? There's one of them that's a missile.
Oh, Trey Scott.
Trey Scott,
yeah. Trace is really good this year. He likes to come downhill a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Who you seeing, Jay?
Probably Gaige. Markham.
Gaige Markham.
He's been doing really good on scout. Teamo and working hard.
He got in some run at running back
the other night.
Yeah, against Mayfield. I believe that's his first time, wasn't it?
Probably so. He plays some special teams. He's gonna be a really, really nice player. Both of those kids, Trent Todd and Gaige Markham, both two young freshmen that we think a whole lot about. That really play hard and just really tough kids. So yeah.
No
this
one
might be our
does
first
too.
shout out, but y'all will get to know him
I get to know him
before too long. Yeah.
So, are there any others that, or any particular unit? You're thinking maybe the line, the linebackers, the defensive back, anything particular you guys are seeing that, hey, it's better than I thought we would be.
Oh, really? Just the line's starting to figure out more things, both sides of the ball. wise. We're all starting to come together now. And it's starting to show.
Who's the head honcho down there in the trench?
Probably Grayson.
Yeah.
Grayson James.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When he speaks, everybody listens.
For the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got a question for you here. So you look, you're getting ready to walk on the field. You've lost your mouthpiece. You got to borrow somebody's. Who's you gonna borrow?
Ooh.
It's a big play. You got to get in. Come on.
On the field?
Yeah, standing on the sideline. You got to grab somebody's.
Quinn Summers.
There you go. That's
the cleanest one I can think of.
Cleanest kid on the team. Huh?
Probably.
Yeah. So Millie, what about you? As far as I know I see you studying the game, and I watch you. You're always into the game. What unit do you think has maybe excelled, maybe been a little better than you expected? Any particular one?
Probably corners. Gaige's came up a lot.
Gabe Keller, yeah.
Yeah, and he's been doing some good D and that.
Yeah.
Making sure the wide receivers don't get the ball and
yeah.
knocking the balls down, intercepting them, and all that.
Coach Courtney, what about you?
Yeah, I think the secondaries did a really good job. That was probably, if there was a unit that we had a little bit of question about, just the depth in it. Which Gaige, we expected him to have a good year. Tyler expected him to have a good year. But then you got Jacob Carter and Cameron who hadn't had those varsity reps. And just the depth there, because we really only had those four that we felt like would be varsity ready. And I thought they played really well. I thought, that's probably been the strength as a unit of our team. But I don't know. I feel kind of like Lane's talking about the linemen coming together. I do feel like kind of everything's coming together. And we finally got our rotation down, which that takes a while to figure out who needs to play, how many reps, who deserves these reps. And, those things from everybody on defense. At the beginning of the year, you really try to get as many guys in there as you can and try to figure out which groups are the best and what kid needs to be here and there. And I really feel like we're starting to figure out some things as far as who needs to play where the most and just what groups are in there that are the best and just overall understanding of what we're doing. I think, this time of year you hope that you really have a good grasp of what's going on. And I really feel like most groups do. I feel like the teams come together as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Injury-wise, we're not considering. That was, I think, a concern coming into this season.
Yeah.
Looking at the schedule we were going to play, we knew it was going to could be pretty brutal. Mm-hmm. So again, knock on wood.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because those are some stuff you can't control. We've been very blessed so far, that's for sure. I mean, Tyree was a big one, but usually there's multiple big ones, honestly, throughout the year, and it wasn't as big as it could have been. He's back now and played a really, really good game the last 2 weeks. So we're really excited to have him back, obviously, but. Yeah, I don't know just luck. I think you contribute to, and just hopefully we can keep being lucky, I guess, as far as the injury bug, because we've had a pretty clean year as far as that goes.
Yeah. Tyree's a guy that, what do you guys think about him? He's a guy, he played in Little League. I'm not sure he played in middle school. Did he play something?
Yeah, he played in middle school. He played a little bit of quarterback in middle school and running back. And then he switched him in and out.
Then he kind of he left football for a year or two. Now he's back, man. He's a difference maker, isn't he, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really good.
Really smart.
Yeah. Yeah, smart to kids, smart on the football field, and in the right places. And, yeah. So, who's the smartest player on the football team, Jason?
Probably Mike, having to make all the plays.
Mike, quarterback. He has to be on the ball. Who don't pick Micah. He's already got in. Who else is there? Who's the guy out there who really knows what's going on?
Probably Braden Poindexter.
Poindexter. That's what Coach Courtney always says. He's
definitely up there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's important, isn't it?
Yeah, having those guys with the football IQ is extremely important. So, especially we ask them to do a lot. I feel like mentally we got to be able to handle things because that could be an advantage for us. Obviously, we might not always be the biggest, most athletic team, but more mental capacity we can handle that could be our advantage to other teams. So, yeah, we put a lot into it, and it's not just. And I say smart, and I just probably maybe not even. The ones that know what's going on, I don't know if you call it smart or not, but take the time to study a lot of times what it is. You know what I mean? Right. Every time that there's something up there, the guys that they're mentioning, they're looking at on Huddle, you can see right away they've studied it. So I'm not necessarily saying smart. Some of it's they put in more effort than everyone else to know it. You know what I mean? So use that word I don't know if it's smart or just willing, but those guys know what's going on. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, it's smart to work hard.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, there's a lot of ways
and to
to
be
look
prepared.
at it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my motto is be prepared or prepare to fail.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Want to also talk about our featured sponsor. We're down to the last one this week.
Okay.
We try to feature one of our sponsors every week, one or two. And this week is First United Bank, and this is their anniversary. They're celebrating 5 years in Marion. Can you believe that they've been down there 5 years already?
Time flies.
Time flies. We were going in. That was where we ate at Just-A-Burger.
Yes, I remember
now
that
it's
place.
Bank.
I love that place.
Yeah, Just-A-Burger had some fine. Richard Curry's had a fine burger and fries, man. But now you can go down and get some high rates on your CDs.
Yeah.
If you got any money you want to put in the bank and draw some interest on, or if you need to borrow some money, they always have that for you too. That's at 305 North Main Street in Marion, and Customer Appreciation Day is coming up over there. You can stop by and have a ribeye sandwich while they last. Check out their advertisement in this week's newspaper, and you can get all the details. But you'll want to have a ribeye sandwich over at First United Bank. We appreciate all they do for the community. Mm-hmm. I'd asked Todd Griffin. I just got a text in here from him. Todd Griffin over Caldwell County, if Caldwell had ever gone a season without winning. And he said 1926, the Butler team was 0-6-1. So, I tell you what, I don't think I would have my money against them. I think we better be ready for them, because they're not going to finish this season, I don't think, without a win, and we will make darn sure this week we're not the one.
We don't want to be that.
We won't be that guy. Coach Courtney, will kind of close it out here. Any final comments? A big week, like I said. 85 teams going to be in here. Senior night, a lot of pregame festivities going on.
Yeah, senior night, last home game guaranteed. If we don't win this game, this could be the last time those guys ever play there. So that's always a big, thing, that you got to play for. Just got to be ready to come out and play. District matchup, biggest game of the year by far that's set up to be. And, here at Rocket Stadium, Crittenden Caldwell is always big, and I think this is the biggest one in a long time because there's a lot on stake for it. So, that's pretty much it. Just got to hopefully go out there and execute, play clean game, play hard, all the things that we have to do to win football games. So, a lot going on, fun night, excited for
It'll be rocking.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm telling you, the crowd, the hill will be full, the stands will be full, the end zones will be full.
That's right. Hey, there's one thing I'm supposed to mention, too, that we have a Peyton Manning signed ball. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but it was donated by one of our, I don't know, it's Miss Markham at the school, but she knows somebody that works with the Super Bowl in the NFL or whatever, and they had a list of signed balls that we could get. So we got the Peyton Manning one sent down. So there'll be kind of like silent auction, I guess, at the gate. And if you want to, I think they'll make the final call, I think, on it in the third quarter when they'll say who won it. But I think you'll have the whole first half to bid on it. So just want to throw that plug out.
Yeah, that's
proceeds to go out to the quarterback club. So
yeah, well that's a nice artifact to have in your collection, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sitting on my desk.
What do you get for it, Jace? First bid. What do you got? You got $50 on it? What you got?
I'll give you 20.
20.
I think we've already started them on Facebook. They'll end on Thursday night. I think it's at $350 right now.
$350. Yeah, right that's a pretty good buy. I'd say it's worth much more than that.
Yeah, one of the best ever for sure.
Yeah. Even though he did wear orange, I grew up wearing that. I hated it.
And a coat. I'm a Titans fan. He was one of my most hated. I like it now.
All right, I think we've got everything covered. Again, like you mentioned, this could be the last home game if we don't take care of business this week, and we'll have our eye on that Murray Mayfield score. Anything can happen, guys. That's why we play them every. There's a chance we could end up three-way tie for first place. Never know.
Or three-way tie for second, third, and fourth, right?
Yeah,
that'd be the other side.
There's a lot of crazy things can happen, and this is the last week of district play. We'll be down at Caldwell County the following week, non-district game, as we prepare for the playoffs that start in November. So Rocket Arena on Friday night. Chili supper starts around 5, I think, 5 o'clock, 5:30. Come on down, visit with that 1985 group. All your old favorites will be there. And kickoff for the football game will be 7 p.m. And right before that, they will have the senior night recognition. So lots going on, man. And Vicky will have it rocking, and we're excited to be back at Rocket Stadium for a big night.
It'll be pink out too.
Pink out. We've even got more.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna wear my pink shirt.
Wear your pink out there.
Yeah. All right. So. Pink out, senior night, 85 team, chili, man, we got it all. Then there's a football game.
Yeah. Come on out.
Come on out. We're going to have a lot of fun Friday night. See you at Rocket Stadium.